Today, the ACC tournament tips off right here in Capital One Arena as Notre Dame takes on Georgia Tech. Coach Alan Griffin and his friends didn't just swing on monkey bars, they made a makeshift basketball court. Deasia Fair is the talk of the town after hitting 3,000 points in tonight's game. Syracuse men's basketball is coming off an unexpected road loss to Georgia Tech this past Saturday and look to get back on track tonight with a win against the Wolfpack. Chris Bell is the man of the hour tonight, draining not one, not two, but 8 of 8 threes in the first half alone. Pitt defeated Wake Forest this afternoon, and they did it with 39 points off the bench, 30 of those from Ishmael Leggett, and it's safe to say that head coach Jeff Capel was happy with Leggett's performance. The bye week has come to an end for the Orange on this Sunday afternoon as they are set to face Virginia Tech on the road this Thursday. Welcome back to your sports on NCC News. I'm here joined by Griffin Della Penna and Kalia Butler. I'm Emily Coffey, and it's March Madness time. We're talking women's basketball, NCAA tournament time. And the ACC, they've shown out this season, you guys. There are 8 teams in the NCAA tournament from the ACC. Syracuse men's basketball looked to get revenge against number 7 North Carolina after a tough loss back in January in Chapel Hill. A lot of history has been made inside the walls of this dome, but I have a bit of history you might not know. Kalia, it's been 2,162 days, 11 games, and almost 6 years since Boston College defeated Syracuse. I even saw a video of Coach Fran Brown cleaning up trash at a men's basketball game after the game was over, and I just think that just shows that this coach not only cares about the football team, but he cares about the community as a whole, just like you were saying, Tyler. And another coach that does a fantastic job of this in the community and with her team is Coach Felicia Leggett-Jack, and we saw her do her work today with this game. The underdogs of the ACC tournament come out on top as NC State takes down number 1 seed UNC for their first ACC victory since 1987. Welcome back to Mornings on the Hill. Sports fans, don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you. The Orange face North Carolina tonight, a team SU beat a few weeks back in Chapel Hill. The match will air live on ACC Network at 6. If Syracuse wins this game, they will advance to the ACC Championship to face either Louisville or Clemson. Everything old is new again. Owner of Johnson Studio and Camera, Lydia Johnson, has seen film photography become a prime example of this age-old saying.
I would say it was probably about 6 years ago that we noticed a shift generationally of those customers that were coming to us asking for their film to be developed.
But to understand the significance of film's comeback, it's important to know the history of film photography. According to Kodak's website, in the late 1800s, George Eastman, the founder of Eastman Kodak Company, began experiments to create a flexible film roll and received a patent for that film roll in 1885. His next focus was to create a camera that could use this new roll. In 1888, Eastman did just that when he patented and released the first Kodak camera. The camera was loaded with 100 exposures. After the film was used, the photographer would mail the camera and $10 back to Kodak. There, the film was processed, printed, and the camera was reloaded with more film and sent back to the photographer along with the prints. Johnson knows this history firsthand as her grandfather started Johnson Studio over 70 years ago, and she says this new generation is on the hunt for this old medium.
We have grandparents that are feeling a little pressure from their grandchildren saying, hey, did you ever own one of these? And the giggles of, yeah, there's dust on it somewhere, maybe it's in the attic. And those old Nikons and Minoltas and Olympuses really being resurrected.
Johnson says one of the reasons young people are becoming more drawn to film photography is the idea that each picture holds more weight.
A roll of film, you know, typically packaged in a length of 24 exposures or 36 exposures, now there becomes a scarcity. So it becomes instantly essential that you make your decisions deliberately, deciding when you're going to click the shutter button.
Syracuse photography graduate student Syria Vaidi says in a digital world, it's nice to have a different form of photography that forces an ever-moving generation to slow down.
The physical object of film, that's really cool and really, I think, impactful in and of itself to people. So we have so many digital things. When you can afford to have a physical thing, I think that's really cool.
Though film photography will always be in competition with digital, it's clear there is a newfound love for an old medium. Reporting from Syracuse, I'm Emily Coffey for NCC News.